News18 Gujarati વિદેશ મંત્રી જયશંકર સાથેની ખાસ વાતચીત.
It's a collective effort. Sure.
Right. You've just come back from BRICS. Yeah. You're heading for the ASEAN Summit, East Asia
this
Summit.
Evening.
Yeah. So that's the East Asia Summit, and then is the G20. It's a packed schedule. You spoke about Global South. You spoke about the divide between the East and West, between the North and South, and trying to find common ground. Do these countries see India as a voice? You said represent the Global South. Do these countries who are participating in these fora, do they see India as a credible voice within the fora?
The Global South countries? Yes. I would certainly hope so for this reason. There have been G20 summits before. No other G20 presidency made an effort to get together the developing countries who are not on the table and say, please come sit with us, tell us what are nobody has done it before. So if we have taken the trouble, and we meaning here Prime Minister Modi himself, if 125 countries have been consulted, feel today, yes, what we told India has promised us that they will put that issue on the table. I think they have a lot of expectation of India, and as far as the rest of the G20 is concerned, they know that look, we have always in G20, outside the G20, India has a reputation of being a very constructive player, someone who bridges divides, who kind of somewhere helps to fix problems. So there's a lot of goodwill that we have, and again, I stress to you, I'm confident that every one of the G20 coming to Delhi will understand the responsibility that they bear, will understand today that the other 180 countries of the world are looking to them to set directions, and that they cannot afford to fail them.
Do these countries at any point of time feel that India has shifted its position, is leaning more towards the US than it used to? I know I sound like a dinosaur, but let me hark back on the non-aligned movement period when we were considered absolutely, not leaning, and if at all leaning, then more towards the Soviet bloc, the former Soviet bloc. Do they see us leaning more towards the US now?
No, I hate to confirm to you that you are being old-fashioned here. That it's really, I think, a very anachronistic way of looking at the world today. I think a lot of countries identify with India as a developing country. A lot of countries identify with India as a democracy. Many identify with India saying, okay, it's a pluralistic country, we see many institutional, cultural similarities. So different people in the world identify with us. But do understand this point. G20 is not the arena for power politics. I accept, I'm very, very conscious that diplomacy and international relations is a very competitive exercise. But even in diplomacy, there are occasions when you are competitive, there are occasions when you are cooperative. G20 is very much a collaborative forum. It is even countries who differ profoundly on many other issues, but their history, if you look at it in G20, is to find something which brings them together. So we are trying to develop an agenda that if you look at resources for green development, for example, if you look at dealing with sustainable growth, if you're looking at plastics, if you're looking at biofuels, if you're looking at educational access, at nutrition, these should not be, and I don't think these are political issues. So what India's strategic